Hello everybody, my name is Ilya.
And my name is Tylor. Together we make up Kovray, a couple that loves to play board games.
And today we're going head to head.
We're not playing games together, we're facing off to see who can make the best game night.
So what we're going to do is we're going to tell you a menu of the game. So say you're coming over.
Yes.
You're part of a group of people that is coming to enjoy game night at our vicinity.
Friendly abode.
Friendly abode. And we have 4 games we're going to present to you, one by one. Mm-hmm. Now, you're going to decide of whose game night you would rather attend. Ilya's or Tylor's.
And you're going to let us know down in the comments below.
And whoever wins...
I don't know. I guess maybe you can decide what the loser has to do.
Well, if I win, Tylor has to make me freshly scratched croissants.
You and your croissants.
I've been asking you to make me croissants for a while.
Well,
and if you win...
If I win, you have to make them by yourself. Done.
So whoever wins, the other person has to make them freshly baked croissants, which we'll release as a short.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, might as well if we're making fresh croissants.
That's true. I do love
Without further continuation.
Further ado.
Adieu. What does adieu mean?
Adieu.
Adieu?
I don't know, actually.
Okay, well, without further that, we're going to present our games.
Sure.
Do you want to kick things off?
Yeah, well...
Set the mood, I guess.
I guess we'll set the mood. I have put together a game night that you might want to play on Friday. You're feeling good about yourself. You're happy. Some might say TGIF. What does that mean, though? Well, we'll kick it off with Trio. Trio. You get it? So, Trio is a card game, and actually, surprisingly, it's difficult to explain for me, but also very easy once you get going. It's kind of like a Go Fish type game where you're searching for the matching cards. There's 3 of each number, and you want to collect those. But the way that you do that is you ask people around the table or in the center whether it's higher or what's their highest card, what's their lowest card, and then the board, like what's their what's this card, for example. Mm-hmm. And you want to collect all 3, but if you show one, you have to show the next one right away, or your turn is over, and then it goes to the next person. Mm-hmm. The nice thing about this is there's 3 different ways to win. You can collect the 3 sevens, which is really difficult because it's like the center. You can collect 2 sets of 3, and both of them somehow add up to 7. Mm-hmm. So your
3 cards.
Yeah,
2 sets of 3 cards.
Yeah, so 3 2s and 3 5s, for example, would win you the game. And then, of course, you can just get 3 sets of 3 numbers. And then it plays really quick. It's a nice little ease into a game night. And I think it's like, it's only 15 minutes. And you can start off, play it a couple times, and then your brain is warmed up for the next game that I would have.
Sounds like a pretty good start to TGIF Day.
Mm-hmm. That's Trio.
Okay, here's my setting the tone.
Right.
The doorbell rings. You're here. Oh no, the other people haven't arrived. That's okay. We're going to play a quick 2-player game to get things warmed up. Oh. And that 2-player game is Sumo. Now, in this game, this is a card game that takes only 5 minutes to play. So if people come, we can jump into all the other games and maybe even take turns playing this game. Oh. But in this game, what you're trying to do is, through cards, you're trying to push the other sumo wrestler, your opponent, off the field. Now, there's some tricky cards you can play because if certain cards are played, you can play a sneaky card, and then bam!
Toss.
Over the toss, done, out of the field.
Yeah.
It's really quick, it's really fun, and I really like the aesthetic, and you will too.
There you go.
That's Sumo.
Yeah. This feels like a sales pitch.
It is.
But
I'm going to get the freshly baked croissants.
I'm just showing you games. Honestly, you could bring a game over to the house and I would probably play it.
Well, my game night's going to be curated and to perfection.
What letter am I on next? G. That's right. We're going to play a game that starts with the letter G. Get on board. Parison Roma. This is the second game of this world, of this game series, I guess you can say. And it is a blank and right. I believe the best way to say it is it's a flip and right, because you're route building throughout the entire game as well, but the cards that flip over are the ones that end up indicating to you like which routes you will be able to build throughout your game, and there's a trick to building all those routes. It's definitely a step up from Trio in complexity, but it offers different mechanics because we're going to now be combining a bunch of them into this fun route building, pencil scratching, beautiful game of set collecting and more.
Which city are you going to go to?
Depends on how many players we have.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Paris or Roma, one might say.
Now, as everyone has arrived, we've often talked about taking a vacation together, but we haven't yet. Instead, we've been playing board games on a weekly basis. But today, we thought we'd do some planning with...
And gaming.
Let's go to Japan.
Wow. Look
Now,
at you go.
What a better way to plan a vacation than through a board game. So this way, we're going to compete and create itineraries of where we're going to go in Japan and all the things that we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be really mindful of how we take the train, so we bring a lot of joy, happiness to our vacation and our time. And throughout the process, we're going to learn, we're going to chat, we're going to laugh, and ultimately, one of us will be the winner of Let's Go to Japan.
It's a fun game.
It is a fun game, and it's a great experience. So far, I think my game night's pretty darn good.
Mine too. I like how our second ones were both like location based.
They were.
What comes after G?
I,
Ha!
for Ilya.
Ilya is helping me sell my game night with this next game called Intarsia. Let me just tell you that if you're a fan of Azul, Intarsia is that game, except kind of like elevated, at least in my opinion. But what you're going to be doing is you're going to be building this beautiful, I guess like cafe is the best way to say it, but you're building the floor, and you're making these patterns by building out these elaborate like star-looking shapes that end up being interestingly played based on the cards that you're able to discard from your hand. If you have certain number of colors in your hand, you get to discard them and activate abilities or place certain things onto your board. But the exciting thing about this is it like slow builds into this cascade of points on points on points, and then all of a sudden at the very end of the game you're getting yourself a lot of points. The objectives, for example, will get completed at the end of your turn. You'll be able to collect one of them. And then next time, if you collect another objective that's the exact same color or tool, I think is the right way to say that, the right tool, you'll actually score that tool again and get even more points. So there's a fun little puzzle that you can try and piece together as you work your way towards building a beautiful floor. And that's Intarsia.
Now you could build a floor, or you could build a beautiful forest.
I'm here talking him
Evergreen.
up about the games that he's providing, and here he is knocking me down.
Now, the sun will shine in different directions. Although we are in a game room, and the sun is not quite here yet, the sun is present in the game. And as it revolves around the board, different trees sprout. Seeds that are planted grow into magnificent beings. And you score the most points if your shadows don't cover up your other trees. The beautiful table presence in this game, the engagement between all the players, will leave you quite excited for the Evergreen experience. And there's an expansion that can be played with. So if you enjoy this game, we can come and play it again next game night.
Oh, whoa. You're not selling another game night. You're selling this game.
Well, I'm planting seeds. I'm trying to get people hooked so they come back. Because that's part of the experience. You want to come back. And that's a good game night.
I guess you're right.
But you'll use all the cards, you'll plant all the trees until you have a beautiful, beautiful board from which you can observe an evergreen tree.
There you go.
How nice is that?
Evergreen.
TGI?
Phew! We've run through 3 games already, and you think you're tired and ready to go home. Well, I've got a game for you that's perfect for ending off the night, sending you on a little bit of high so that you can talk about how amazing the game night was on your way home, and settle down once you get home so you can rest peacefully. That's fit to print. let's get some chaotic time going. In this game, you're going to be building a newspaper on on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But the trick is that you only have a certain amount of time to do this and a limited number of pieces, because you'll be drafting pieces from the center, but it's really just a free-for-all, in a sense, of everybody grabbing different articles, photos, and advertisements to basically place on their board and score points in a variety of different ways. There's like a grid that you need to stay locked into, and you want to have as little white space as possible, but 4 minutes, that's all you have to do these things, and you don't want to be in last place come the end, because your newspaper company goes out of business.
No, if you don't have the ad revenue.
Yeah, if you don't have, last place in ad revenue.
You got to get the ad revenue.
So there's a balance between scoring a lot of points and collecting a lot of ad money, and you got to be careful because you still want to be able to run your business come next weekend.
TGIF, baby!
TGIF. No pressure. Fit to print.
Now we've played my 3 glorious games, and now it is time to end the night off with a fun game where we all can win. That's right, a cooperative game.
Or you can all lose.
And now the game is Bomb Busters. In Bomb Busters, you'll be defusing a bomb. And you'll do this by cutting wires strategically and in the right way, with dual cuts and single cuts. Now, this game is so clever because you have limited information. You can only see what you have and some of the hints that your players have given. There's equipment, there's so much to explore in this game, but the best part is there's a system that guides you through the beginning to the very end with 66 different missions.
That's a long game. Are you going to play that all night?
It is a long game, but you know what? There's a tutorial. It eases you into all the different mechanics. There's also a final exam at the end of that tutorial. And the thing is after we finish each session, I'll pause and I'll say, you know what? How's everybody feeling? Do we want to do one more? And if I see that anybody's not feeling it, we'll call it a night. And we'll say that was a great time. But I'll likely leave it at a cliffhanger. We'll open the box. We'll see the components for the next session. But we can't play, we gotta go. This way you'll come back and you'll have an amazing time at Ilya's game night.
It's always about coming back for you, not about the experience that's happening now.
The people will come back because they've had a great experience right now. Okay. No one's gonna come back if they didn't have a good experience in the first place.
That's true, I guess. That's true.
And that has been my glorious game night.
And my TGIF game night. Words are difficult.
Well, now's the most important part of the video.
Your turn.
It is your turn to vote for whose game night it's going to take and who will make who croissants.
Who will make who croissants. Truth be told, oh, I just kicked the camera. Truth be told, the games that are all presented, I think I would definitely play my side, but I would indulge in Ilya's game night as well, especially the sumo game, because then me and him could just play it before anybody arrives.
That's true. That'll be very cute.
Yeah. Can't play trio, but trio is great with more than 3 players. Mm-hmm.
Now, on top of voting for who you think will win, we have a question of the day.
We do.
And that is, what is your 4-game game night?
4-game.
Because who knows, maybe we'll both lose and have to make each other croissants because somebody's in the comments is going to be way better than ours.
Yeah, exactly. And
then we'll see whose croissants are better.
Ooh. A bake-off? I don't think so.
A bake-off with a game-off. Well, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video,
hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button if you're new here, because we are so happy to have you here, and we make weekly board game content like this. So stick around, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye.